Hello and welcome to Spy Money. What a day. Unbelievable. Look at this. If we do just start right there at the beginning of the day and we go to the top, look in that box $315.25. And that is just a close proximity. Over 300 points that we hit today. That is just unbelievable. I don't think I've ever remembered the market moving 300 points in a day. So, I mean, this is starting at midnight last night and all the way until, close today. That was the high. It sold off just a little bit at the after hours, which it usually will. But this is just unbelievable. Over 300 points. Unbelievable. The money that I made on this move. I've been calling for several days that we're almost there. When we got to the trend, I felt that we were probably going to go ahead and bounce right off that. We ended up coming down below it. We popped up below it. Then we got the Fed pump here, and then that sold off. And you know what? I was starting to wonder if we would go to the next fib or not. I was still sure that we were bouncing on this trend line, so I kept pumping money into calls and stuff. I'm a bull right now. I love being a bear at times, but I'd rather have be a bull because a bull is going to be good for the economy, 401k plans and stuff like that. I don't want to see people lose money. So today we got this big old spike right here, and my gold started shooting down because I had gold puts, so that was good for me. And so I played this one good. And then all day today, I ended up buying a lot today, and I will show you. This is my screen that I bought. This is all the orders that I bought today, and I only had one sale. I sold space puts I had, and I thought that it was actually going to go a little bit further down than what it was, and it turned out that it did. But when we saw that market pump up, I thought I am going to be hung out to dry with those space puts, and I had about $350 in them. I didn't want to lose that money, so and I bought them far out. I could have held them. They were April 17th, but yesterday when the market started moving, space started going up as well. I still think that space will probably drop, but with the way the market is and stuff, there was no way that I was going to take the chance. So I sold them. I think I made maybe $40-50 on it, but hey, that's 40-50 bucks. I didn't lose money. So that was the only thing I sold today. And then this is everything I bought. The biggie that I bought was I bought 50 contracts of SPY up here, and then I bought more of them right here. So there's 60 calls that I bought on SPY, and I bought some calls on Space, and which I'll be able to make some money on that. So I think that Space is going to do a big old pump next week, and then there's a chance it might sell off, but I'm just going to watch it and go from there. So I only bought 10 of them, so that's not too bad. And I bought some Tesla. I bought Royal Caribbean. That's actually looking good. I've already had, no, see, right here's the Carnival Cruise Line. I bought that at the bottom. And let's see, we bought Disney, Spy. I bought a bunch of BA. I think there's like 10, I think it's 10 total. It actually, no, 20. There's 20 total, I think, of the BA that I bought. Bought some more TLT, which is the Treasury bonds. That's going to drop hard. So the only thing I did was I bought puts on the Treasury bonds, and that's it. The rest of everything else was all calls. So I'm playing bull only here. I thought about buying some SPY puts as a hedge, but I just really don't think I need it. These SPY calls up here, the 50 of them, those are June 19th. So I'm a bull today. I've been a bull for the last 3 days, really. And I've been playing the puts. I've been playing calls back and forth, and I've been making money both ways. But now I am a bull, and as you can see why. I mean, over 300 point increase. Will it drop any on Sunday? I mean, it might pull back a little bit, but we're going on an uptrend, and I think come Monday, that is when the market's really going to explode. We've got a lot of things that happen over the weekend, and as long as we don't get any bad news per se, I think that we're going to continue. So having a little break off the market for a day or two is actually going to help us out. It's actually going to be good for me. I'm going to hang out at the beach. I live down around the beach, and I'm going to hang out at the beach this weekend, I think. Take some time off, enjoy my profits, and just have some good time. So ES is doing real well. I am a bull with it. I think that our next stop, if we go back here, from here up, see right there is around 150 points. We could easily hit this Monday. If we have another day like today, we could easily go to 2984. I think that there's a real good chance we'll hit 2984 on Monday. And I just think this is going to go up like crazy. I think it's going to go up harder than it went down. And if that's the case, I'm in for some money because I have bought everything according to this. Now, this right here is only what I bought today. I've had a lot more already in play, but this is what I bought today. So I did real good on my judgments for the last few days, and I'm real proud of it. In our Discord group, there's a bunch of us in there. I've been doing live streams, and we're picking out the trades and stuff. And so if you're not really sure what to buy or how to buy it or how to do charts, then check out our Discord group. I'll put a link in the description below. You click on that, it'll take you to the Facebook page. If you get onto the Facebook page, it's actually a group. Sign on to our group, and you'll be automatically enrolled. And then once you're enrolled, then click on the sign up link, and it will take you into a place where you can pay to get in our Discord group. It is a paid service. It's not very much. And for what you're getting out of it, I mean, you do one trade, you're going to make the money. Everybody that's been in our group is doing very well that's actually following the lead. And that doesn't mean to trade everything I trade, but if you follow my charting, then you're probably going to make money. And there was one guy, he was down, I think, 3 or 4% before he came into the group. He's been there 2 days now, and he's already up 9%. So he's actually doing very well just because he came into the group. So he's actually, with his trading that he's done in 2 days, he's made more than what the group cost him. So he's really happy. There's countless people in there that are talking about it. So as far as making more money and stuff, and as long as they're following the charting, then they're doing well. So ES, I believe that that's where we're going with it. Let's go to gold. I'm real excited today. You can tell. Gold, I was in puts. Let's see here. I've been in puts since back in right here. So I've been in gold puts in the futures right here, and then come on down here, and I am up. At one time I was up $1,500 a day. I'm up $1,130 right here, and that's with the little pump come up. So on Sunday, this is going to sell off even more. Where's it going to go? Let's take a look. I believe that we're going to end up at 1381, and these, I think they are April 17th, I think is my put. So what I'll probably do is when it comes down here, I'll probably sell on the strength, and if it keeps on going, I'll hold them. But we should be able to get there. I would say, let's see, from here, say a trend line from right here to here is 100 points. We could easily drop down to this one here. That's another 100 points. So we could easily drop another 100 on Monday. So if we can get down to 1381, then that would be great for me. And so once we get down there, then I'll go ahead and sell out. I'll probably sell out right there. So if I put in an alert at right here, then how I do that is I right click, and then I come down, find alert, single, and then you want at or below, because you want the alert to stay. So when it comes down and touches that, you want it to alert you. If you put at or above, it would already be gone because your candle's above it. So you can put it there, and I can also put another one right here. And what this will do is let you know that it's at that mark. You want to know when it goes through, and you could also put another one right here to let you know once it gets through. So that way you're not always just following it. You don't have to keep checking the screen. You just listen for your alerts. It'll pop up a little message up here in the top. It pops up a message on your phone. So you get all these alerts, and it just lets you know to go check it to see where it is. So once it hits this top one, then I can decide at that point, should I sell or not? I don't think I will, because it's going to keep going. And then once it hits this alert, then that'll let me know to kind of watch it to make sure it's not going to take off and go back up. So, and then this one, it would be a sell. I would want to sell it right here. And if I sell it here, the reason I would is because when it hits this green one, the green one's the money. A lot of times when it's the green, it'll bounce back, and it might bounce all the way up here and take my premium. So what I want to do is go ahead and sell it before it actually hits, and that way I can bank the money. So let's go to NG. NG, I am in calls on that. Got in calls, let's see, back, I think it was right on through here where I got in calls. And then I rode that up, so right now my NG's up, let's see, where is that? I'm up, what is that? I can't find it there. I can't find the call on it, but I'm up on it, but not much, maybe a few $100 at this point. I think I was up around 400 here. So when we come Monday, this should go on up a little bit. Where's it going? These purple ones are when I was scalping, so let's take those out. We don't need those purple ones in there. Where are we going to go? I think that we're still going, let's see, let me go to a different chart. I still think that we are going to this spot right here, and we're right on the way to that. And if we can get up there, then that's a whole lot of money that I'll make. Now the one thing that does kind of concern me is we hit this 15 right there. Yeah, and that's what caused it to bounce down, I think. But when you look at the MACD down here, the MACD's turning, so I still think that we're going that way. So I think it's going to be a little bit of consolidation there, which we did see. If you look at the 1 hour, we have been in consolidation all through here. So I think since we come down and we made a higher low than here, then that's going to keep on going there. So, and we could actually take this and bring it down to there. Let's see how that works. Nah, that don't work. So we'll just go back to the way it was. So looking at the 1 hour chart, we can see here, now we can adjust that. We can come back to this one here, and let's see how that works out there. So we could do that. It broke through a little bit there, but these are hitting right through here and this one, so that's probably a decent trend. Let's go back to here and look at the way I had it in the beginning. I think that one right there is more like it. Yeah, here's the trend. So it's not this candle, but it starts with this one and goes on up. So as long as we stay above this trend, then I feel pretty comfortable staying in the trade. So we'll have to see on Sunday how it opens up and goes from there. Crude oil started going up today, which I'm very glad because I got in calls on it. And I got in calls, I was actually down a little bit. I think I got in calls right here. And then it dropped down a little bit and come up, but it looks like it's going up. And I know Trump had said today in a news conference when he was talking about CV19 that he felt that the crude oil was going in. They were doing things to make things better. So crude oil is going to come up. So that's one. DXY, it went up today. It's actually following ES. It normally doesn't do it, but here lately it has been. So that's making, the one thing I don't like about it is it makes your inflation high. Dow Jones, big old spike. Look at that. Huge. So we went from, if we go to a trend line from today, the bottom's there, and go up to there, looking at 1,900 increase. So if we go up here, it's 1,985 points is what it actually went up. So 1,985 points. Call it 2,000 points. Who would think that the Dow would go 2,000 points in one day? I'm telling you, folks, this is going to be up here in no time. If you got 2,000 points there, so from right here, if we go up another 2,000, so that's going to put us there. And then if we go up to 4,000, there's 2 days, and then 3. So we could actually go back to where we were in next week. And if we do, I mean, I'm going to love it. I've got everything built in my account for that, and it will be a record week if we go up next week that far. I mean, it will just be unbelievable. So excited. Then we have the Qs, the same as ES, went right on up. You know, we bounced off this trend here. I can do away with this trend. We don't need that anymore. And so we've got this trend here, and it just shot up. Another good day, 608 points on the Qs, and that's going from 9:30. If we come down to actually at midnight, from there all the way to here, that's 1,000 points that went up, over 1,000, 15%. So that's huge on the Qs. So if you were in TQQQ shorting it, you got in trouble if you didn't get rid of it. So hopefully no one got hurt. But in order for someone to make money, someone's got to lose money. And I'm just glad that I was on the winning side. Usually I do pretty good with that. Like I said, I have a couple bad trades every now and then, but I show transparency in our group. They see all of my trades I'm in. They know what I'm selling, what I'm buying. So transparency. I show it all. I don't show my account balance, but I show all my trades. I show profits and everything. If we go to Apple, there's one guy in my group that has like an enormous amount of money invested in Apple, and he has been belly aching ever since up here, and he has been wanting to sell this, the Apple, for a long time. It come down here, and he was just wanting to take his profit. Then it started coming up, and then it come back down. It went all the way down here, and he was sick. And I just told him, I said, hold tight. The money's going to come back. And today he come up 5 figures just in what his stock was. So 5 figures he made today, made back. He was in the green anyway from where he bought Apple, but he ended up gaining 5 figures today. Huge. I'm just so thankful he held tight on that. Where will this go? I believe this is going to continue to go right on up, just like everything else. We don't need this anymore because this actually played out, so we're going to do away with that. If we come down and do actually the chartings, I'll have to do some more charting on it later, but since we're turning, the charts are not going to really work out exactly. So like if we did one from here and we come down, let's see here, it would be more like right here. So it's actually bouncing right there off the top of that trend. But what we'll have to do is see what's going to happen later. It looks like, we're actually, that would be a little bit higher there. So there's a candle right there, and then come down, touch. Like that there. So we touched right there and come back a little bit. I still think we're going to bust through that. That was our resistance point. Our 180s right there. Our 180 was kind of our trend line all the way down, but I believe this is just going to bust right on through. Economy's coming back. AMD, same thing. It's actually got the same trend you could do right here and then come down. Let's see. I guess right there. I bought more AMD, so I think that on Monday this is going to come through and I'm actually going to look good. So that will actually work out pretty good. I'm long on AMD. I've been saying that for a while. I've been telling everybody to go ahead and hop in on it. Today was probably the last day to get the better deals. So BA is one to kind of watch. Will it keep on going up or not? I bought BA calls today. I think it will. For some reason that it will drop. It might go ahead and hit the 127, but I think that it's going to go ahead and come up. The season, we got airlines starting to take off. There's people, when this coronavirus stops, the airlines are going to start buying more planes and stuff because they need to go. So I think that's going to help Boeing, and they've been in a lot of trouble with all the stuff that was going on with their planes, but I just think Boeing's going. I mean, who would think that you could buy Boeing for, $150? I mean, Boeing, that is just crazy. Boeing is a huge company. It was at 446 back in March the 4th, and now we're at 150. So I loaded up on some calls. I'm gonna probably buy me some more here next week, and I want more SPY too. I think SPY is the money. And then we've got Carnival Cruise Line. So Carnival Cruise Line went down to 1470, and what I was saying is Carnival Cruise Line will probably go down to 1485. And if you look back on my videos, that was the trend or the fib. These have not been moved. I said all along I thought that's where it's going. Now I sold mine right here because it looked like the market was going to go and it was going up, so I went ahead and sold them for profit. I didn't have to have that extra day, although it would have been nice to have it, but I didn't have to have it. Matter of fact, it could have went up and come back down here today, and I would still made more money than there. But 70-30 rule, you don't have to have the top or the bottom. You just got to get a piece of the middle. And there's a video on YouTube talking about that. So where do I think CCL is going? I think it's going up. When the coronavirus is kind of broken away, which will be another week or two out of the United States, then they've already talked about how the federal government's going to help the cruise lines to get back on their feet so that they can make money and stuff. So there's a lot of things out there that the government put out that's going to help with loans and so forth in order to help compensate for their losses and stuff. So businesses are going to be good. So I'm long on Carnival Cruise Line. You should have got in today. Monday, it's going to just keep on going. So how far are we going? I think 36.95 is actually a pretty good spot to where it's going to rally up to, and then it may pull back, and that's going to take probably a week for it to get there. So I mean, you got to think that's 100%. So anyway, I've got see here, Disney. I got in Disney today. Yes, they did shut down both parts, but over the course of a week or so, that's all going to turn. It's already coming up. So I got in Disney. I think Disney will actually head pretty much back to where it is and fill the gap. I think pretty much all the stocks that are going on right now, they're going to fill the gap. How long it takes to get there, I don't know. If the market rallies up next week there, all these stocks will go with it. So if you made money coming down, you're about ready to make money going up. So hopefully it does rally that quick, because I have some traders in my group that have like serious money on SPY calls when it was back up in here. So when it was at the top. So I would really like to see those calls be turned back into money for him. I don't like to see anybody in my group losing money. See, I don't know what that is. I never put that in there. Then we got 3M. 3M is trying to come back today. So 3M I'm a little disappointed in. It actually dropped more than what I thought. But I think, pretty much with the market, it's going to come up too. Before the market dropped, it was on a good increase. The one thing that concerns me, we've got earnings coming up here in about, I think, a month or two, but I'll be out of it by then. As soon as I get profit on this one, I'm going to go ahead and get out. MBDA, this one I'll probably hold for a while. MBDA is a tech stock, and it will, in my opinion, do really well long term. This should feel, whenever it starts taking off, it'll take off quick. I've been trading that thing since below 100. So I know this stock well. PEP, it took off today. Big, huge increase. So it's out of that sell-off and all that stuff. That's gone. So if you got in PEP today, Pepsi, then you did really well. I did not get in it. Some people talk about it, and I just didn't. I'm going to take that one off the list, because if I don't trade it and no one's talking about it, then I'll take it off. I put it on there because of the buyout. So let's go to Roku. Roku didn't really perform that great today. It did rocket up a little bit, but I'm not sure about Roku yet. There's a chance it might still sell off, because, I mean, that big pump we had, and it didn't really move much. We're going, see, today it went, what was that, 6%? That's not much for what we had, and I'm not real sure what I would do with Roku. It did fall out of this channel, and if you look at the channel, go back into a 1 hour so I can see it better. 1 hour. Pull that down and pull this one here up a little bit. So there, and then I want to take this one. There we go. So it fell out of the channel. And with it falling out of that channel, I didn't like it, but several of them did. So I would say, it went up and kind of bounced on this channel, so there's a chance it would go up, but I would have to be, for me to get in it, I'd have to be over 98.33. And I know that's a good ways off. You could try to play it, but I'm just not a risky trader on something like this. If I feel comfortable about it following the market, I will, but I'm just not comfortable because it didn't really increase the way I thought it would. So that one I'll have to pass on. Space, I think space is going to turn a little bit. I think it's going to be short term. I'm not real sure how long this will stay. I got in it because the way it was reacting with the market, and I know it has kind of a cult following, like Tesla. So I went ahead and got in it, and we did make higher lows through here. So since we made higher lows, I felt somewhat comfortable with it. Yeah, it bounced right there. So I know this dropped down a little bit, but I'm okay with that as long as you got more candles touching. So with this going in an uptrend, then I went ahead and got in it. It wasn't that much money to try it, and I just wanted to go ahead and get in. And I think there were April calls, I believe. Let's see if I look here. Space is April 17th, so I'm over 30 days out. Then SPY, of course, I love it. Same as ES, but I mean, look at this. I mean, I wish that I had calls, like say I'd bought them right here, and I wish that it went on up, because that would have been serious money. But what I've got in there now is I mean, we're talking 5-figure profits for well into the 5 figures for what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing on SPY is going to be great. And like I said, if you want to learn how to trade like I trade, then you need to join our Discord group. You will learn a lot in there, and it will be a lot of money for you. So that will be good for you. Come into TLT. TLT is selling off. That's what we want. We want this to come on down to probably rolling through here is where I'm looking. That would be great. But honestly, I'm looking for it to hit probably 137 to 143, and that's probably going to be on Monday. At that point, I'll probably just go ahead and sell it. So that should be pretty good. It's almost fizzled out. If we get down into this range, that would be great. The 137 range. It might get all the way down to this point. I've got long puts on it. I've got some that expire next Friday, March 20th. And I will sell those probably on Monday. I don't want to keep on carrying those, but if I can sell those on Monday, that'd be great. So, and then the others expire, I think, in April. So I'll hold those out until we come all the way down. And then we got Tesla. Tesla actually did pretty good. Let me get this back. Tesla actually did pretty good today, and coming back, wasn't real strong, but it was there. I actually bought a Tesla call. I bought one. I didn't buy a bunch. April 17th, I bought 985 strike. I think that where I bought was a cheap one, and if we can get up, I know I've been talking about it selling off, but I think that if I can, it might go ahead and sell off and hit the 476. But if it does it overnight and then takes off, it might be up here before I can get in. So I would rather, I bought it on the downturn. That's the way I like to buy my calls, and I have a goal for this, and I think in a month from now, it's not going to be down in this area. It's going to be on up. So that's why I bought my Tesla call. And I only bought one. I don't buy a lot of Tesla because you can get hurt on it. And then we have VIX. VIX is selling off. I love it. I have puts in it, and VIX did the double top up here, and then now it's selling off. If the market goes up, VIX sells off hard. And so I'm already in profit on what I bought on VIX, so that's good. Walmart, huge increase. Look at this right here. I mean, let me open it up to where we were. We were here, and the trend line from right here all the way up to the top today is 12%. Huge. So that's like 12 points that thing went up. So with it going up 12 points, let's just pull it down to see where we were. Now, I thought we would actually be right here last week, so we didn't. So I'm still holding to what I said, though. I'm still holding to the 130 range, okay? So I'm thinking 130 is about where we'll be. And actually, these fibs, let's see, what happened here? These fibs are off. Let's see here. I changed something on it. Let me look here. I might have changed it because of that spike we had. I did. It changed the spike, so then we come in here. So let's see. Let's see here. So that's going up. I don't know what happened to my fib. So we had that. I must have changed it from an hourly to a weekly. So here we are with the weekly, and it's actually showing that it would be higher. I don't see it going up there anytime soon, but it might. But if you look at this right here, and if you do a trend line off of that bottom, let's see, it's not that one. It would probably be this one here. If you do a trend line there, that would kind of make sense. So this looks like, it bounced here. We need to bounce it at 125. So it looks like we're actually going to be going further than what I was thinking before. So the way this has changed on the downtrend stuff, it's changed things on the trends and so forth. So this one actually touched right there. So that fib is right. We come down here, it's actually been correlating with that. It actually touched that fib. So yeah, that would be good, because that's going to make it changes my price targets. So this I would put actually right. I'll put it right on that line there, and then let's change this right here. Let's see here. Actually, I don't even need that. So let's just delete that thing out completely, because it changed everything when this dropped. So it looks like right here is our trend that's following. And if it's going to follow that trend, then more than likely we will be, I would say, see, that's going to be in June. So we've got April 17th calls. Actually, that's June of next year. So right here, so April. So I think we still hit around 135 pretty easy. So that's still going to be my target, 135 for these. And then when they hit and then I cash out, then I'll probably go ahead and buy some more calls to make them go longer on it, because Walmart's a good company. Trump had Walmart on the meeting tonight, the press conference, and talking about how they're going to allow people to, or the government, to set up testing facilities and stuff on the parking lot, so people can just do a drive-through and do the tests. So your local Walmart will be a place that you can go. So that's really good. So let's go back to ES. Again, it's already closing. So let's check and see where it actually closed out one more time. I always try to finish out there. And again, my Discord group, if you're wanting to know how I do all this charting and so forth, I teach that in our Discord. We will soon have a class that you can buy online, and you can do all this charting, and I'll teach you how to follow through. So this is where we are. We pull back. It'll probably, when we open, it might bounce a little bit down, but I think it will probably rally pretty hard on Sunday, but we won't know until then. So take your profits. If you made money this week, then you need to go ahead and pull some money out of the bank. Go out, spend it, enjoy it, and have a great weekend. I know I am. Right now it's 70 degrees. It feels really good. The sun's been out, and I have not been out in it. I have been watching this horrendous market take off. I mean, I have really enjoyed myself today. So anyway, enjoy yourself. Please like, share, and subscribe. And let's get this channel rolling and share it with your friends. Have a great weekend.